We're back here on the Yaffee program. News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. We've been asking people, weigh in on the Yaffee text line. You want to win a seat next to Bugsy as we show the movie Talk Radio at Low Mill Saturday night. We got a text in. Got a few texts in, but I wanted to read this one, Bugsy. It's actually a very nice one. So it's a word of encouragement for you today, Bugsy.
Okay.
It said, and I'll let you decide if we give this person the tickets. It said, Bugsy, the world is telling you that no matter what bad stuff you face, you are strong, beautiful, and will overcome any obstacle in your way. Hashtag you got this, Bugsy. Also, hashtag truth czar Yaffee. So complimented me too, but look at that. See? That's a much better horoscope.
So the obstacle of a rotten banana, I will overcome it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So you don't want, so he doesn't win? Rich,
He should.
you want to give him the
yes.
tickets?
I think we should give him the tickets because he called
Okay.
your name, Truth Czar Yaffee. He didn't only compliment me, and
he spelled my name right.
there we go. There we go.
All right. Okay, good. Just wanted to check in on that. If you have a suggestion what the universe is trying to tell Bugsy, tell me on the Yaffee text line, 866-494-9866. Let's end the show like we usually do, Bugsy. We have the Yaffee program rewind. That time of the show where I remind you, if you missed any of it live, the podcast will be up on the website, WVNN.com, or anywhere you subscribe, anywhere you get your podcasts. Share with your friends, give me a good review, all that stuff. So at the beginning of the show, yes, we talked about the latest in Iran. There has been some, Trump's calling it the mini war. And I guess it is kind of a mini war because Iran tries to attack U.S. Navy ships and doesn't succeed. Trump is trying to get the strait reopened without having to just bomb the hell out of the country. If this works in doing that, it would be pretty amazing. I have no idea if it's going to work, though. Go ahead if you can, because there was an update on it this morning. Bugsy, play the Pete Hegseth cut for me.
Project Freedom is defensive in nature, focused in scope, and temporary in duration, with one mission: protecting innocent commercial shipping from Iranian aggression. We're not looking for a fight, but Iran also cannot be allowed to block innocent countries and their goods from an international waterway.
So we talked about that at the beginning of the show. The podcast is up. We had the Alabama bullet points as well. I always post that on my social media, so you want to like the Yaffee Facebook page or follow me next at Yaffee. One of the stories I had is that Secretary of State Wes Allen says that the May 19th primary election will proceed as planned, even though they might be redrawing the map because there is a special session going on right now. So we had that, the details in the Alabama bullet points. The podcast is up. I also played some cuts of Attorney General Steve Marshall, who was on CNN talking about this whole effort. Go ahead and play cut one of Steve Marshall for me, Bugsy.
Jake, I don't think it's contradictory at all. In fact, Justice Alito spoke specifically to the Alabama decision, noting that it was one coming up with a limited record, one in which there was initial injunctive relief without the full ability to explain the facts. And what we've seen as a result of the new decision from Louisiana is an opportunity for Alabama to be created in the same way, that we don't allow race to predominate in the drawing of the districts, that we separate partisanship from a consideration of race. And when you do so, Alabama's going to prevail, and it's why we're seeking that relief today.
Okay, so we have many in the propaganda press just, they can no longer scream racism to the judges in courts to redraw maps, so they're going to the press and they're saying racism. So that's what's happening. It's not going to work, though. So we talked about that. We also had Victoria Coates on, who is a national security foreign policy expert with the Heritage Foundation. We talked about Iran, also talked about the latest in Venezuela and the potential to invest more and drill more oil there, which is good. Then, yes, we had What's Trending with Bugsy and people giving her advice for the future, it seems like. If you missed any of the show, the podcast is up on the website, WVNN.com. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. Thanks to Bugsy for producing today. Thanks to you for listening. The Vince Show is coming up next, and I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. See you then.
The Yaffee Program. Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
Sandy's app. If I give you a decade, who do you think's the MVP?
80s, Hogan, not even close. 90s, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Absolutely.
2000s, John Cena.
You filmed The Brain in 2004.
Yeah.
Isn't the story that role was going to be for
Steve Austin?
For Steve Austin.
Yep. What is one man's trash is another man's trophy.
Mindset, motivation, insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Modestly speaking, in 1987, we knew Hammer Alley was better than Def Leppard, White Lion, Glass Tiger, John Cougar, and other artists named after Wildcats.
How did they go from top of the rock to rock bottom?
That band that won Battle of the Bands, Hammer Alley, is as current as a bowling alley. Have you been in one of those lately?
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.